Hi, I'm Rich Coggart, publisher of Forbes, and I'm here today with Brian Solis, one of the experts in change management around the topic of social media and how it is used effectively in marketing and change management for companies. What are some examples of companies that have measurably moved the needle in their, let's say, their brand or their market penetration, or in moving past a problem that had hurt their brand or image? I mean, do you have data that actually shows that engagement in social networks can measurably improve those things?
Well, there's a study that was released by Charlene Lee of Altimeter Group last year that attempted to do just this. And in the report entitled, I think it was Engagement, they did find a correlation between effective social media engagement and the bottom line. Now, we can see that generally companies like Starbucks, The Gap, Old Navy, Virgin America, Dell, Cisco, these are all companies that are highly celebrated for how they're approaching social media, because they take this idea of not just marketing, but also what's touted as social CRM, how they can introduce it across the organization and be more effective across the whole board. But then you look at things like, for example, AT&T, and not to put them on the other side intentionally, but they have a social media presence, but I don't necessarily know that what they hear is penetrating deep inside the organization, or if it is, it's not making its way back out, because we see a high level of dissatisfaction regardless of participation. So I think it takes a little bit of the demonstration of adaptation as well to say, look, yes, we are here, but it's not just a front, it's not just lip service. We are trying to help you and at the same time help ourselves.
Give us a tale or two of some of your favorite turnaround stories, companies that you've worked with that were skeptical about social media, but learned to love it.
This is the example I go to every time, and it's because, not because I helped them, but Dell. Dell was baptized by fire. It is one of the best stories that I could share, because it shows you what happens if you don't do anything, right? If you just keep pushing out what you're doing today, eventually the market starts to voice its concern, and it starts to amplify to the point where you have to do something about it. So you see Dell Hell and Jeff Jarvis and how he brought all of this basically into the spotlight. And it wasn't just about social media, right? It tipped. Eventually, this is what always happens. It tips. It gets to the point where social media is so loud, it erupts across traditional media, it erupts everywhere. And so Michael Dell paid attention. And the thing about Dell was that the culture of the organization was ready to embrace this and ready to do something about it. And so they put Richard Binheimer out there. They put a series of individuals out there around IdeaStorm, for example, and they really started to take it seriously. And they realized you have to do something about it. You have to hear this and change from within, fix these things, improve, and show the world that you're paying attention. And their turnaround story is great, because it's not just that, but they'll just introduce a social media command center to do just this. Listen to everything that's going on, organize it, notice if there's themes or trends, what's negative or positive, and what can the team do internally to make Dell a better organization, and then push that back out.